Back here in studio now with a look at new firepower going into attracting new investment and jobs to Indianapolis. Indy Economic Development was officially launched at the beginning of the year. Its leader, well, a very familiar face, a man with extensive experience in the field of economic development. Indy Economic Development President and CEO Jim Schellinger, former Secretary of Commerce. And Jim, always great to see you.
Great to see you again.
Yeah, let's talk about Indy Economic Development, kind of the next iteration of Develop Indy, really focused specifically on Indianapolis and Marion County.
Yeah, we have to turn ourselves, make sure we're Indy Economic Development at the speed of business, and that's something that's going to be very important to us. And we want to make sure that we are in the most exciting time I can remember in Indianapolis. You look around, we see cranes, we see things going on. Pacers just go to the final game of the NBA Finals. There's so much happening in Indianapolis right now, and we just need to build on that.
Let's talk of some of the focus areas. We'll talk successes in a couple of minutes, but first, I know you've got a big focus on headquarter companies and attracting more headquarters companies to Indianapolis.
Yeah, I think the beauty of Indianapolis is we talk about live, work, play. Live, work, play, stay. I add stay to it. And I want to work really hard to, as I did when I was secretary, to reach out internationally, all to the other 49 and all over the world to bring headquarters here. We want to take care of Indiana first and take care of Indianapolis, take care of Marion County. But there's no reason why we can't attract these headquarters. And one of the keys to that, hopefully, will be international flights.
Well, let's talk about that, because that was my next question. International flights are now a big focus. Why is that so important?
Well, you're connected to the world. I mean, in the state of Indiana, we're a 12-hour drive from 83% of the population. We're a 4-hour drive from the third largest economy in the world in Chicago. But to be really connected with the #1 airport in North America, we need those international flights. We had Paris, we lost that to the pandemic, but we were this close. We had the deal basically of British Airways to London. We had Lufthansa on the hook for Frankfurt, Aeromexico for Mexico City, and we were working on Japan Airlines for Tokyo. Being connected to the world in that manner it's just so valuable to business.
Great example of a global company is Roche. One of the success stories you've already put on the books, major expansion at Roche, their North American headquarters of Roche Diagnostics. Huge investment, a lot of jobs, high-paying jobs, $500+ million investment. Want to see more of those, I'm sure.
And Roche, I have a soft spot in my heart for Roche because I used to do a lot of architecture work out there when I was working at CSO. And I've been to Bern 3 times to their headquarters there in Switzerland, and they are just the finest people. And the fact that they are continuing to invest in Indianapolis speaks volumes of how, they could go anywhere. We competed very strongly with Boston and Tucson, and we're very fortunate to have won out.
Let's talk about the big unique selling propositions of Indianapolis for companies like Roche or Kimball. Novartis, big expansion as well. But as you look at competitors like Nashville, Columbus, Ohio, Austin, Texas, how do you sell against those markets?
Go back to great place to live, work, play, and stay. We have great residential communities all around our city. We got to help young people buy homes, set up roots in neighborhoods and stay. If we help them buy homes, well, they'll stay in our city. We've got venues, whether it be entertainment or sports. As you know, Gary, a long time ago, some people put together a plan to do sports. We got the single largest sporting spectacle in the world, the Indianapolis 500, and we've got the Colts, we've got the Pacers, we've got the Indians, we've got businesses, Cummings, Lilly, Elanco, you name it. We've got just great companies, great businesses, and people in Indianapolis are just good people.
30 seconds left, Jim. We saw some pictures a moment ago of the Signia Hotel downtown under construction, 38-story hotel. Elanco's corporate headquarters will open in a few months. Lots going on. Is the momentum downtown something that you look to sell and leverage as you go out for company?
For sure, because it's unlike I've seen before. And I spoke with a group of young people, and I said, boy, if you can't get excited right now in Indianapolis, there's not much to get excited about. And as you know, I just came back from Le Mans. We signed a sister city agreement with Le Mans the weekend of the 500, and we went over to Le Mans to sign one there. So with the 24-hour Le Mans and what we have going here, there's a lot of relationships that we're working on that are going to pay dividends down the road.
Yeah, I'm sure motorsports will be a big focus. Jim Schellinger, the president and CEO of Indy Economic Development. Jim, great to see you as always. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.